You're not here by accident. Heaven designed this exact moment for you. The challenges you face are matched by the calling on your life. God handpicked you for such a time as this. Today, let's step into your divine assignment with confidence. Before you were even formed in your mother's womb, God already knew you. He already had a plan for your life, a divine blueprint etched into eternity. You are not an accident. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because the Creator of the universe looked at this moment in history and decided you were the one for it. There is a specific reason why you are alive right now, in this exact generation, in this exact place, and in the middle of these exact circumstances. You weren't chosen by chance. You were chosen by calling. The world will try to convince you that you're just one of billions, that you're replaceable, that your presence or absence won't make a difference. But God says otherwise. He calls you His masterpiece. He calls you a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a person set apart for His glory. You were crafted with intention, gifted with abilities that no one else on earth can fully replicate. Every detail of your personality, every strength, and even every struggle has been woven into your being for a divine purpose. Sometimes, though, it doesn't feel like that. You might look at your life and think, if I'm chosen, why is it so hard? If I'm called, why do I feel so small? But here's the truth. Being chosen does not mean life will be easy. In fact, the more you step into your calling, the more resistance you may feel. The enemy doesn't waste energy on those who aren't a threat to his plans. He goes after the ones who carry God's light, the ones who can make a kingdom impact. Think of Moses. When God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses didn't feel ready. He said, "I'm not good with words." But God didn't choose him because of eloquence. He chose him because of obedience. Or look at Esther. She was just a young woman, taken from her home, living in a palace under circumstances she didn't choose. But God positioned her there for such a time as this. She didn't see it at first, but when the moment came, she realized her life had been divinely placed for a greater cause. The same is true for you. Your current job, your family situation, your challenges, they may not be random at all. They may be the exact training ground God is using to prepare you for the assignment He's placed on your life. That's why you can't despise the season you're in. Every lesson you're learning right now, every difficulty you're facing, is shaping you for the very thing you were chosen to do. And here's something beautiful. Your calling is not about you being the strongest, the smartest, or the most talented. It's about being willing. God doesn't just choose the equipped, He equips the chosen. That means if you feel inadequate, you're in the perfect place for God to show His strength through you. The Apostle Paul said it best, God's power is made perfect in weakness. So if you've been questioning your worth, doubting your purpose, or feeling like maybe your life has no direction, let this sink in. You are exactly where God needs you to be right now. He didn't accidentally give you the family you have, the story you carry, or the skills you possess. You are not just a number in the crowd. You are handpicked. You are on assignment. Before this day even began, God already saw every conversation you'd have, every obstacle you'd face, every prayer you'd whisper. And still, He looked at you and said, "This is the one I want to carry this calling." That's not random. That's not chance. That's divine choice. And because of that, you can walk in boldness, knowing that no matter how small you feel, you are a vital part of a much bigger plan. Sometimes when life gets hard, the enemy whispers lies. You're not ready for this. You're not good enough. You can't handle it. But let me remind you, God doesn't make mistakes in His assignments. If He has placed you here, in this exact moment, in this exact role, it's because He knows you are equipped, even if you don't feel it yet. Your calling was not an accident, and you are not here by luck. You are here by divine design. Think about David, just a shepherd boy, overlooked by his own family. When Samuel came to anoint the next king of Israel, David wasn't even invited to the gathering. Yet God said, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." David was chosen while tending sheep, not sitting on a throne. Your preparation may not look glamorous. You might feel like you're in the shadows, unnoticed and forgotten. But God is shaping you in this very season so you can step into the purpose He's already written for you. You too have been placed exactly where you are for a reason. That job you have, that city you live in, that circle of people around you, it's not random. God has positioned you as part of his bigger plan. But here's the part we often forget. Calling comes with preparation, and preparation isn't always easy. You may feel stretched, you may feel inadequate, you may even feel afraid. That's okay. God is not looking for perfect people. He's looking for surrendered people. And when you surrender, you'll find that his strength begins where your strength ends. So today, instead of saying, "Why me?" start saying, "Send me." Instead of asking God to take away the challenge, ask him to give you the courage to walk through it. Because your calling is not meant to crush you, it's meant to shape you into who you were always created to be. Hold your head high today. You are not a mistake. You are not a backup plan. You are God's first choice for the role he's called you to play in this season. And no matter how small your current step may feel, it's a necessary part of the journey toward your greater purpose. You were chosen for this, not by accident, not by luck, but by the one who knows the end from the beginning, and he's not done with you yet. There is something powerful, almost unshakable, that happens in your spirit when you truly grasp this truth. You were chosen, not accidentally, not randomly, not because there was no one else, but because the creator of heaven and earth looked at all of time and space and decided that in this specific moment, in this exact place, you were the one he needed. That's not just poetic language, that's divine reality. The word says in Jeremiah 1:5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." That means your calling didn't start when you got that job, or when you entered that ministry, or when you faced that trial. It started long before you even took your first breath. When God calls someone, he doesn't just see who they are right now. He sees who they will become through him. He looks beyond your flaws, your weaknesses, and your past. He sees the refined, strengthened, and purified version of you that will emerge through his grace. And because he sees the end from the beginning, he knows exactly what he's doing when he places you in certain situations. Sometimes, though, being chosen doesn't feel like a gift. It feels heavy. It feels stretching. It feels like you've been placed in the deep end without a life vest. You might even say to yourself, "God, why me? Couldn't you have picked someone stronger, wiser, more capable?" But here's the mystery. God doesn't choose based on human qualifications. He chooses based on eternal purpose. Look at Moses, a man who stuttered, yet chosen to speak to Pharaoh. Look at David, a shepherd boy overlooked by his own family, yet chosen to be king. Look at Esther, a young woman taken from obscurity, yet chosen to save an entire nation. None of them were the obvious choice, but all of them were God's choice. Being chosen often means walking roads you didn't plan to walk. It may mean carrying responsibilities that others don't see or understand. It may require stepping into places where your only qualification is your willingness to say, "Yes, Lord." And it will almost certainly mean facing moments when you want to give up. But here's the promise. The one who chose you will not abandon you. He doesn't hand you a calling and then step away. He walks with you, equips you, and strengthens you for every single step. His presence goes before you. His spirit lives within you, and his hand upholds you when you feel like you're sinking. Your calling is not a coincidence. It's a carefully written chapter in the story God has been crafting since the beginning of time. And no one else can fill your role. If you step away from it, that space will remain empty because your calling was tailor-made for you. Your voice, your heart, your experiences, your scars, your victories. So today, silence the voice that says you're unworthy. Quiet the doubts that tell you you're not ready. Stop measuring yourself against someone else's assignment, and instead lean into this truth. You are here for such a time as this. You are chosen, you are called, you are equipped, and the God who placed this calling on your life will carry you through until it is complete. Walk in that confidence, live in that assurance, and never forget, you are not here by chance. You are here by divine appointment.